We're going to be doing an educational, informative video about the pig. Now, a lot of people look at this killer and think she's one of the stronger killers. Now, I'm going to have to disagree with that based on a couple of factors. Now, there are a lot of different builds you can run on the pig, right? I'm not going to say there's any set in stone, god tier, perfect build that's going to work really well on the pig based on the fact that it is RNG based. What do I mean by that? So let's have a little bit of a closer look at the pig, right? Currently, I'm running Haunted Ground, Barbecue and Chili, Pop Goes the Weasel, Save the Best for Last. This build is easily subject to change. I don't think it's the best build in the game. I don't, not for the pig. You're relying on RNG for them to break Haunted Ground. You're relying on good RNG off your helmets. It's literally a luck-based piggy build. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try and tell you it's the best. I'm going to let you know that when I play Rank 1, I have a lot of fun with this build. Do I 4K a lot? Next question. Alright, what do we got here? This is the pig's ability. This is Amanda's ability. It is basically a bear trap that you're allowed to put on somebody's head. As you can see in her hand, this is referred to as a reverse bear trap. When a survivor has a bear trap on their head, what has to happen prior? Well, first of all, the killer has to catch you. So she has to outplay you, have you on the ground. Once you're in dying state, she can walk up behind you, press right mouse button, and put the helmet on your head. When the helmet is on your head, nothing happens. When a generator is completed, the timer starts ticking on your head. Very cool concept, I'm not gonna lie. When you initiate chase with this survivor, the timer pauses. Therefore, tunneling them while they have it on the head is not the right call for a lot of the situations you're in or overcommitting to the chase, right? A generator has to complete for the helmet to activate. The survivor now has 3 minutes to search 4 boxes throughout the board to get this helmet off their head. Every box has a random chance for them to be able to get the helmet off straight away. So these are jigsaw boxes. You put your hands in, you then have to land skill checks, and when you complete, there will be a little guy above that does a little cheeky laugh. If you got it wrong, if you got it right, you pull the helmet off and you're alive. If the 3-minute timer expires, the helmet snaps, snap, crackle, pop. I will see you in the next trial. It's just like instantly executing the survivor. Now this seems really strong and overpowered at first. Let's take a look at the facts. A, you need to catch the survivor first. Therefore, if you ran the best add-ons on the pig, or you're looking at some of the stronger ones, like the Crate of Gears and the Tampered Timer. Crate of Gears is... No, not the Crate of Gears, sorry. I'm going to be looking at the Jigsaw box. So, it doesn't mention this, but let me explain this. Remember, like I said, there are 4 boxes around the board. Running a Jigsaw sketch piece, or a sketch, whatever it's called, is going to add an additional box. Now there's 5 boxes. 5 boxes to search with 3 minutes on your head? That's not a lot of time. If you run that add-on, survivors get an extra 30 seconds to get the helmet off their head. It doesn't tell you that though, so that's rough. So, if we were to get rid of this box, and we have this, now there's 4 boxes, and you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get the helmet off your head. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So Tampered Timer can be great. However, what do both these add-ons require? They require you to hook or get a survivor into dying state so you can put the helmet on their head. Therefore, you have to catch them. So all these great add-ons are based off when they have the helmet on their head. These brown add-ons down here slightly decrease ambush, slightly decrease ambush charge time, and decrease crouch time. They're all about having a survivor caught. So the other ability a pig has is called ambush. If she presses the control key, the heartbeat will fade as if she ran out of your heartbeat or ran out of range, or if she had Insidious, both fades. The heartbeat is now gone. I want to keep in mind, I want to remind you guys that the heartbeat fades. So if you try and crouch when somebody's doing a borrowed time save, you better hope they're more than 3 seconds out, because that's how long it's going to take your heartbeat to approximately fade away. When the heartbeat is gone, you will be crouch walking, you'll be really low to the ground, lower than the hag. Lower than the floor. Alright, so you're going to be really low, and you're going to be able to be spotted easily, but the grass is going to be up in your face. It's going to be hard for you to see. That being said, you have no heartbeat and you can ambush. When you ambush, you hold left click. Your character, your pig, will make a loud roar for no reason at all to reveal your location. You will then pull your hand up and you'll do a dash at an incredible movement speed. It's about 136%. I'm not 100% sure at that movement speed. I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on the numbers there. You do a massive lunge, and then the survivor, if they take a hit, you'll do a normal recovery time hit, and if you miss, you'll fatigue after that, and you'll have to go. So what a lot of piggies like to do is they like, when you're at a really good jungle gym, to crouch, make it look like they go one way, and then they go the other way. They'll, and they'll do a twist. That dash only lasts for about 4 seconds as well, so keep in mind, they've got to catch up to you. I think it's around 160 movement speed to be precise. It isn't great because a good survivor will just sidestep the jungle gym when you crouch to go for a mind game and leave. And then you're lunging at no one in nowhere. It's a waste time. I generally use it to get around the board. Therefore, if I'm running a perk like Discordance and Sloppy Butcher, I know where multiple people are stacking on Jennies to do objectives. I then have Sloppy Butcher applied to them, so they're most likely either greeting for the gen, and then I either take Pop or Surge. If I take Surge, I'll down the guy, I'll slug him under the generator, and then I'll make a decision, do I want to chase the other guy or do I want to go for the slug on the ground? Sometimes people run Knockout on the pig so they can down somebody, then they put a blindness add-on on the helmet. Therefore, they can't see any of the teammates, and they're on the ground, so they have to be very close to see them, so they don't know where to crawl, and then the bleed-out timer starts for them. Then they got to go looking for their teammates, so they're not wasting time doing objectives or using their time. So there's a lot of ways to play the pig. Now, let's talk about the build that I've got here. I have Haunted Ground. Haunted Ground is by far one of the funnest perks that I like to use on a killer that doesn't have a form of lethality. By lethality, I mean instant down. Now, yes, the nurse doesn't have an instant down, but I still don't think she needs it. I don't think the spirit needs it, but it's still pretty cheeky to run on the spirit regardless as well. Haunted Ground. There's going to be 2 lit totems on the board. There's 5 totems when the game starts. 2 of them are going to be glowing, also referred to as a lit totem as opposed to a dull totem. When a lit totem is broken, that was Haunted Ground, it is a trap. All survivors will now go down in 1 hit, providing it is an M1. Your ability hits, therefore the pig's ambush, a Demogorgon shred, a huntress's projectile, throwing hacks will not instant down, but your M1s will. It's the exact same as Make Your Choice, but on every single person. And the only prerequisite is they have to have broken the totem. Keep in mind, if both totems are there and one is broken, the other one instantly becomes unlit. This allows you to down somebody in 1 hit, therefore making it more likely you can get your party hat or your reverse bear trap out at a quicker rate. I then have Barbecue and Chili. Now, realistically, Thrilling Tremor is a better option than Barbecue, but Barbecue and Chili tells me where people are throughout the board, and I generally use Barbecue and Chili to go for the person that's trying to get the helmet off the head. Because remember, he has to run around the board and find these jigsaw boxes where he has to put his hands in, and it takes time for him to get the helmet off. Therefore, if I come over there and down him off that, I can slug him under the box, or I can hook him beside the box, and I know roughly where he's going to be, because he's on a timer, remember, to get that helmet off his head. So that's why I like Barbecue and Chili for the information. At the same time, I have to catch somebody for Barbecue to activate, and Pig isn't a strong killer to catch. Therefore, Enduring, Spirit Fury, Bamboozled, Brutal Strength are commonly used perks on her to speed up the game in her favor, as she lacklusters in those departments. If you look at my build, I lackluster in those departments as well, based on the fact I do not have any form of those forms of pressure. I don't have nothing to assist me getting through the game faster, apart from my mind games, my wits, and understanding rotations. Alright, so you guys will know I generally follow the 4 principles when it comes to building a perk. I have 1 perk for situational awareness, which is the second one. I have 1 perk for gen protection. At the moment, I have Haunted Ground as opposed to Corrupt Intervention or Ruin. I have 1 potion, 1 perk for stall, and I have 1 utility perk. Save the best for last. Now, Pop Goes the Weasel, what does it do? Once you hook a survivor, this will activate. Therefore, I'll get information through Barbecue where I need to go, where people are working on objectives. When I regress a generator, it will regress 25% of what is completed. It takes 80 seconds to do a generator by yourself. Therefore, at 80 seconds, then when the generator is done, that is 100%. Therefore, 25% of 80 is 20. So therefore, it knocks off 20 seconds off of a generator, and large red sparks will be coming out. If I was using Surge, small red sparks will be coming out. But large red sparks will be coming out, letting people know I have Pop Goes the Weasel. They'll instantly lose 20 seconds, and it will start regressing at 0.3% per second. If I were to have Ruin, I couldn't use Pop Goes the Weasel. It is impossible unless Ruin has been broken at the time. So Pop is there for the stability after Barbecue. Save the best for last. Save the best for last is a good perk on Pig. I would say it's an S perk, but I wouldn't say it's an S+. It's an S+ or an S++ on Demogorgon. It is by far Demo's best perk. I'll explain that in the Demogorgon video. However, on the Pig, it's really good. Why is it good? Now, on-hit effects are no longer applied to an ambush attack. You used to be able to ambush, come around the corner with no heartbeat, and apply Sloppy Butcher, or apply Make Your Choice. You can no longer do that. That being said, you can no longer consume stacks of Save the Best for Last while using your ambush. So what does Save the Best for Last do? Every time you attack a successful hit on a survivor that is not your obsession, you receive a token. There is no cooldown on the tokens, therefore you can get them really fast, alright? Every token represents 5% cooldown on a successful hit for your recovery time, up to a total of 8 tokens, which is 40% CDR on every attack that you would do. If an obsession runs in your way and you M1 him, you will recover from however many tokens you had at the time of hitting the obsession. You have 8 tokens, you recover from 8 even though you have 6. Then when you hit him again, you recover from 6 even though you have 4. However, if you were to crouch and ambush hit the obsession, you consume 0 tokens, allowing you to stay the powerhouse when you have all the tokens. The issue with the tokens is they take a lot of time to ramp up. If you find your obsession early, that can be good for you to snowball, get a helmet on him, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about him stopping or body blocking you to get rid of the save the best for last stacks. Now, it is a great perk. Realistically, I would rather Sloppy Butcher for the consistency over save the best for last. I know a lot of people are going to look at the build and go, wow, that's an interesting endgame god tier pig build. I don't think it's an endgame god tier pig build. I think it's fun and it works for me. I could run Devour, I could run a lot of different things. The thing about the pig is I don't think there's any proper build that I would say would be the best build in the game. Fun fact about the pig, she recently got a rework. Alright? You used to be able to put a helmet on a survivor's head when all exit gates are powered. Therefore, when all 5 gens are completed, and you down a survivor through no-ed or through outplaying them, and put a helmet on, helmet instantly starts ticking when they get up. That is no longer the case. If a survivor has a helmet on their head, and they finish the final generator, then the timer ticks. If they try to run through the exit gate with the helmet on, they instantly die. Now, you might think, wow, that sounds OP. However, if you give them the helmet after exit gates are powered, it does nothing. That being said, a survivor can escape via the trapdoor or the hatch with a ticking timer on their head without any form of penalty. So if the guy has a key, he can get out and doesn't have to worry about the helmet off. So you've got to keep that in mind too. She's not the best killer in the game. I put the pig down there near the bottom, to be honest. She's fun. She has a lot of great builds, Amanda. There are some great one-trick Amanda mains out there. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say she's map dependent. I'm going to say she's fun. She's RNG dependent to a degree, depending on how lucky you are with your helmets. At the same time, I think she's a great killer. She's fun to play. She has a pretty cool build. She comes with Make Your Choice if you choose to purchase her. She also got Surveillance, which is a fantastic perk, and she has Hangman's Trick, which is a bit of a giggle. Right, so she has some cute teachables. Do keep in mind she's 115% movement speed. She's shorter than a lot of the other killers like Trapper, so you can do some moon game mind walk plays that normally you'd be able to be seen over the top if a survivor was watching you, based on the fact they can see you in third person. You know, she won't be able to be seen over some of those jungle gyms, so she's got that going for her. She's fun. Give her a go. Anyways, guys, that's going to be all for this week's video on the hag. Today's video on the hag. Today's video on the pig. God, way to go to butcher it at the end. Alright, guys, I hope you had a wonderful time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you pop into the educational live streams where I stream DVD 5 days a week for more great content like this. And if you guys think you know everything about killer, you can help me teach people that don't. But guys, thank you all for watching. And let me know in the comments down below, what pig build do you like to run? I'd love to know what you guys run, how you run it. It'll be really interesting to compare your build to the build that I run. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.